Real issue all day.
There we go. We're hot.
Hey, do you know what Rod Thorn once said about Michael Jordan?
What did he say about him?
What did I say?
Yeah, he said we wish he was 7 foot, but he ain't.
No, he's not.
Oh, Canada.
Put on a suit, drink water, don't drink and drive. Hey, man, call your mother.
It means nothing. It means nothing.
Nah, they lying to you. It's about the money.
Now you're more fluent.
That was a great intro. I like that.
Right.
I like
Well, we're gonna keep it going.
Yes, we are.
Let's get into this day in NBA history. March 12th, 1992, Moses Malone scored 17 points against the visiting Phoenix Suns to move into fourth place all-time on the all-time scoring list. Rod, as someone that coached Moses Malone, what do you think about him as a player? How high do you think he should be ranked? Do you think maybe he's underrated now? People forget about him?
Definitely underrated. Think he was as good an offensive rebounder as we've had in the game. Was a terrific teammate, was a terrific player, became a much better offensive player over the course of his career. When I had him in the ABA, he was coming off a broken foot. And I actually had him for one game. And, but became pretty close with him, as far as two human beings. Loved him as a guy. Played hard every night. Would play 40 plus minutes, every night, and then was a great player.
Right. Bro, what about Moses' game, in your recollection, did you see that got better over time, that you were impressed with?
His offensive game. When I had him, for the one game I had him in several practices, he had no jump shot. His whole game was layups, tip ins, work around the basket. That was his whole offensive game. And as he matured, and particularly during his time with Philadelphia and Houston, he developed a 10, 15-foot jump shot that he could, hit regularly. So got a lot better passing the ball. Didn't pass at all, in his early career, but got a lot better as he went along.
Nice.
Hey, well, there you had it. That was this day in NBA history.
Sir.
I'm about to get mine and it's about time. Call us Grindhouse, everybody in a house grind. I'm just doing me, I ain't trying to outshine. Trying to kill my vibe is how you get outline.
So what's up, y'all? It's March 12th, 2025. We're super excited today. We have former player, second pick in the draft, Rod Thorn. We also have what is he? What were you? Two-time All-American college, three-time?
Two-time.
Are you still labeled a natural resource of West Virginia, or is it just to get you to play there?
I am no longer a natural resource.
So that was only limited. Okay.
That was limited to a recruiting period.
Yeah, I got you. Also former vice presidents of operations in the NBA, as well as president of operations in the NBA. Thank you, Rod, for coming on. How are you doing?
Absolutely.
I'm doing great.
Absolutely. I found out something interesting because I was doing my homework on you, Rod, and I didn't know that you're originally from West Virginia, and immediately I thought about Jerry West. Can you talk to me a little bit about your time growing up in West Virginia? Oh, did I lose him?
I think we did.
We had him.
Still on. I think it's the mic thing or the.
See if we can get him back. See if we could get him back. Just had him. Well, in the meantime, him coaching Moses Malone for that one game, that was interesting. I did not know that. I knew that he was a lifer. I definitely knew that, but I did not know that he coached Moses Malone for one game. I knew that he coached in the ABA. I knew he coached in the NBA. That wasn't news, but I did not know that he coached Moses, and I get a lot of grief. I get a lot of grief dealing with Moses because, you know, people talk to me about, you know, because I think Moses is right outside the top 5 of centers all time, and I got to listen to, you know, nonsense about Joker's much better than him, and I'm like, okay, I can see how good Joker is, right? I get that part, but I mean, I don't think you understand how good Moses was as a player, how much better he got over time as a player, the glass cleaner that he was, the offensive player that he was, the scorer that he was, and the defensive player that he was. Like, you know, being an all-league defender in the NBA, that matters.
Well, not only that too, but you got to think about the competition he was going against. With like what he did to Kareem in the '83 finals is like that of legends. That of legends. He held a 7'2" guy. Don't get me wrong, his rebounding was going down and down. Still, 7 rebounds a game is what he held a 7'2" center, you know, with 17,000 career rebounds to. And that's just amazing. And not only that too, when you think of Moses too, like, and especially me when I started watching basketball, I got the old version of Moses and things like that. But then like you're watching him in that '83 time where he's jumping over people, he's dunking on people, like he's slamming, like his athleticism, I think, is underrated. Like you don't really think, you think more of a position rebounder, boxing out, using his body. But no, he can get up when he wanted to too. And I don't think people realize that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I talk about Moses more than most people do. And I'm probably in a minority when I talk about Moses. I think he's one of the most underrated. And when I use the word underrated, a lot of people use that word loosely. And I mean it when I say underrated. I think, you know, the way that people talk about it, I think he's a top 15 player all time in the NBA. I don't think it's 15 players in NBA history better than him. I don't. Considering everything he did, what his resume looks like, I don't think that there's 15 players in league history better than Moses Malone. In my estimation, I got him 15, and I got him right. I got him right outside the top 5 centers all time. I got Jabbar, Chamberlain, Russell, Olajuwon, Diesel, and then Moses, right there.
Right. And then I think, we got the same 6, maybe just a little bit different order, because I got Russell, Chamberlain, and then Jabbar, and then it's Diesel, then it's Hakeem, and then it's But Moses is right there as well.
While we lost Mr. Thorn, see if we can get him back. We are experiencing technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen, on Mr. Thorn's end. See if we can get him back. In the meantime, I was doing some homework on him, and I found out some really interesting stuff about Rod Thorn that I didn't know, that I'm looking forward to asking him about, because, you know, we get so wrapped up in what's going on today that, you know, we do forget about the history of the game. But the thing that bothers me about the older guys like myself is they get wrapped up in everything that was and not accepting what is today too. Like all I gotta listen to, Tone, is, you know, the GOAT debate. The GOAT debate this, the GOAT debate that. 2024, 2025. This is one of the best seasons in NBA history that I've seen. In I think about the 1920 season, the 15-16 season, 92, 87. Those are seasons for me that come to mind. But when I think about what's going on this season, man, this is incredible. This is great. So maybe if we
the issue I have, though, is like if we're looking at Cleveland, and other than last year's, the first year he kind of really showed out, but Donovan Mitchell never really shows out in the playoffs. You know what I mean? And he got a lot better last year. But so I'm not really sold on Cleveland until I see a consistent Donovan Mitchell.
Sure.
So that's where like the Donovan, like they're killing it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying they're not, but you know that doesn't always translate to the playoffs. And since, you know, he's had series where he shoots 36% in the playoffs, you know, and just things like that. So and for a long time, for the first, like, what was it, 6-7 years in the playoffs, the only good year he shot was in the bubble. You know, and it's like this. Like, it depends how you use it. So like, for example, LeBron, right? When people don't want to count LeBron's ring in the bubble, well, LeBron showed he could win outside of the bubble. You know what I mean? So it's not a caveat like, oh, if he only won in the bubble, I'd understand that. So like with the Mitchell thing, for years he only shot well in the bubble in the playoffs, nowhere else. So that's where that comes in. If it's an only thing, that's one thing I hate about that bubble season. Like, it was a bubble championship, a Mickey Mouse. No, those people they still compete. Yeah. They still compete. You know what I mean? They still play. They just didn't give it the award. They say you have the best record, so you just have the ring.
Let's see if we can possibly get him on the phone again. and maybe that'll work because this is
You got the number. I'll tell you what we can do if we want. Maybe we end the stream, come back on in a few minutes, see if we get it working. That's the best one we can do.
Let me because I think we already have everybody here. So what I don't want to do is I don't want to leave and then have to come back because we already got everybody here. So
yeah, no, I see.
Let's see if we can let's see if we can get this figured out in
real time. So let me see. We're just going to answer some chats while we're waiting on this. So let's go with this. Which player will move up on your top 10 list? Well, I mean, all my top 10 are retired if we're going with that. But players that I see have the highest chance in moving up, I think Steph Curry still's got to move. If LeBron won with the Cavs the first time, conversations would be different. And, hey, Chuck, I agree with you, and this is the best way I can put it. If some shit that didn't happen did happen, totally agree with it. Totally agree with it.
Well, you got new information. If you got new, but I just feel like with James, I feel like we're in a space where, we got 22 years. If this ain't enough for you, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't. I really don't know what to tell you. Steph Curry, we got 16 years. Would more championships help his case? Maybe. Would more All Pros help his case? Is he playing at that level? Maybe. But I don't know. I don't know what else can be done that hasn't already been done.
Well, we're seeing it too, like, the drop in production with Curry this year. It's clearly not the same Curry. We're seeing guys like Durant. He's still putting up the same numbers, but it's not the effect on winning that it used to be. They're just changing and stuff. Yeah. Did you get him on the phone?
No, I didn't. Nope, unfortunately. Just ringing. So we may have to end the stream and see if we can figure it out. So, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be my guess.
We'll be back, guys.
Oh, Canada.
Put on a suit, drink water, don't drink and drive. Hey, man, call your mother.
It means nothing. It means nothing.
Nah, they lying to you. It's about the money.
Now you're more fluent.